Welcome to this week's edition of Women's Health Updates, covering the latest breakthroughs, brought to you by LucidQuest. The FDA has issued a clinical hold on two of Gilead's trials, evaluating a weekly HIV pill combination, GS1720 and GS4182. The hold follows safety concerns over reductions in CD4 plus T-cell and lymphocyte counts. Phase 2-3 trials. Wonders 1 and Wonders 2, which were comparing the regimen to Biktarvy, are paused. Other investigational long-acting therapies in Gilead's pipeline are not affected. Gilgamesh Pharmaceuticals reported strong top-line Phase 2A results for GM2505 in major depressive disorder. The 5-HT2A receptor agonist led to 94% remission by day 29 and showed rapid onset with effects evident within 24 hours. The trial used a psychoactive comparator and demonstrated strong tolerability and safety. The CDC has eliminated its routine recommendation for COVID-19 vaccines in healthy children and pregnant women. The policy change, announced by Health Secretary RFK Jr. on social media, bypassed the usual advisory committee process. The move has prompted concern from medical experts and payers who are reviewing the implications for coverage and public trust. Spero Therapeutics and GSK announced that the Phase 3 PIVOT-PO trial of oral tebipenem HBr for complicated urinary tract infections met its efficacy endpoint early and will be halted. This oral carbapenem could be the first of its kind in the U.S. FDA filing is planned for the second half of 2025, with GSK handling regulatory responsibilities. Vima Therapeutics has launched with $60 million in Series A funding to develop VIM0423, an oral therapy targeting muscarinic receptors to treat dystonia. The compound is currently in Phase 1, with Phase 2 expected to start in late 2025. The approach aims to address the root causes of movement disorders. Roche's BTK inhibitor fenebrutinib demonstrated continued efficacy in a Phase 2 extension study for relapsing multiple sclerosis. Over 96 weeks, the drug maintained suppression of disease activity and disability progression, with no new T1 lesions or safety issues. Unlike earlier failed BTK inhibitors, fenebrutinib is non-covalent. Phase 3 data is expected by year-end 2025. The DESTINY-Breast09 trial found that the combination of ENHERTU and pertuzumab reduced the risk of disease progression or death by 44% compared to standard THP therapy in HER2-positive metastatic breast cancer. Median progression-free survival reached 40.7 months versus 26.9 months for THP. The objective response rate was over 85%, with nearly double the complete responses. The ASCENT-04 study showed that the combination of KEYTRUDA and Trodelvy significantly outperformed chemotherapy in P1-positive metastatic triple-negative breast cancer. The risk of progression was reduced by 35%, median progression-free survival improved to 11.2 months, and response duration extended to 16.5 months. No new safety signals were identified. China has approved its first domestically developed 9-valent HPV vaccine, Secalin 9, offering 98 to 100% protection against major HPV strains. Developed by Xiang'an Biomedicine Lab, Xiamen University, and Wantai Biopharm, the vaccine is effective for at least 30 months. It builds on the success of China's earlier 2-valent vaccine and is expected to expand local and global access. Starting July 2025, the NHS will extend screening intervals to every 5 years. For women aged 25 to 49 who test negative for HPV, up from the previous 3 years. Those with positive results or elevated risk will continue with more frequent testing. A new digital scheduling system will be available via the NHS app. The changes follow National Committee recommendations and align with practices in Scotland and Wales. Due to U.S. aid funding cuts, approximately $11 million worth of contraceptives are now stuck in warehouses in Belgium and Dubai. The stockpile includes IUDs, condoms, pills and implants intended for distribution in sub-Saharan Africa. USAID has directed contractors to find alternative buyers or consider donation or destruction. Aid groups and the UNFPA are coordinating efforts to prevent product expiration and supply shortfalls. Stay ahead in women's health research. Like, share, and subscribe for weekly updates. Visit lqventures.com or email us at info@lqventures.com.